Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are doing really well. All right, so yeah, we're gonna talk about what we can do with our shadow tokens at the moment. Okay, just for now. Okay, what we can do with it, and yeah, as always, I've created a few slides and I have some points in the agenda, and we'll walk through like each and every steps in the agenda, and we'll do like the tutorial side of things, like a demo side of things, and how you can actually execute that. And probably if you're new to DeFi, it would be really useful for you. And if you are already into DeFi, and if you don't know what to do with your shadow tokens, this is also for you. Okay, so let's jump in right now. All right. And yeah, all the links as usual, the presentation link and all the links that you need will be shared like in the video description. So make sure to check that out later. Okay. All right. So all attention over here. All right. So let's go. All right. So actually, this is a follow-up video of my previous video, which I did like 6 days ago, which was about how to participate in the IDO and get the shadow tokens. So, since maybe most of you already participated in that, and maybe some of you didn't get the opportunity to participate in that for whatever the reason, no worries. We'll show you how to actually go ahead and get hold of like shadow tokens. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and like if you didn't watch this video previously, go ahead and Google like shadow IDO as you see over here. You will get to this video, which is like 53 minutes, 57 seconds. I walk you through like each and every steps like in very detailed. Okay. But anyways, coming to the agenda, we have for the beginners, we have like how to actually go ahead and install the Phantom wallet. What is a Phantom wallet? Phantom wallet, we're going to look into that. We're going to see how like how you can actually go ahead and install that yourself in your computer and set that up securely. And yeah, and one of the most important thing is like how can you get some Solana native token, to pay for the transaction fee onto your Phantom wallet from FTX and MoonPay, which I showed you. And we're going to be looking at like how you can actually go ahead and buy the shadow token or exchange, into shadow token or whatever, if you want to do transactions, and get hold of shadow, I'll show you that as well. And yeah, one of the most important thing of this presentation is to show you what can we do with the shadow token. At the moment, we can add liquidity, okay, to an AMM pool, to create a market. Basically, you becoming a liquidity provider, okay? That means you earn some transaction fee. But we'll get into the details later. And we'll also like look at like how you can actually verify whether the shadow token, which is listed on a DEX or an AMM, is genuine and it's correct. Okay, we're going to verify the token address using Solscan. We also going to take a look and assess like whether it's whether it would be good for a person to go ahead and create a liquidity pool. Okay, that means basically calculating impermanent loss, based on the APY that you can generate from the liquidity pool. We'll look into that. But yeah, anyways, all this is just for educational purposes, and these are just my thoughts, and everything is like probabilistic. As you know, crypto, it's volatile as you see the market right now, but don't worry about it. Just stick through it and take the risk that you can manage and think about the return later. So be patient, and that's all I can say. We're in the same situation. So yeah. Anyways, let's jump in. All right, enough of that. All right, so the first thing is we have Phantom Wallet. Okay, Phantom Wallet. What's Phantom Wallet? Most of you guys probably are aware. You have this installed, you have this set up. So, anyways, this is just for the people who are not aware. So, it's a wallet. It's like a wallet where you can store your assets, and it's a wallet specifically to Solana for now, but they're going to expand to Ethereum at a later stage. If you see the website, they have like the Ethereum beta, where you can sign up and you get notified whenever that's happening. They also have an iOS app right now. I guess I think they just finished the whitelist, people who could actually test that out, but I think it's rolling out right now. Anyways, so go ahead, like I've left the link of their official website over here. You could go ahead and download that. And once you go ahead and do that, you can go ahead and install that. I've left here the link on how you can actually go ahead and install the Phantom wallet securely. You can do that. But anyways, let's just go through the website and see how it looks. Okay. So most of you are aware of this. I think you visited here like probably once at least. And as you can see, they say a crypto wallet that you will love. You'll definitely love it. I love it. This is the best wallet, like by far. I've used in like 4.5 years of like in crypto. But anyways, of course, like it's probabilistic. There could be something better in the future. But anyways, for now, this is looking good. They have a great team and they're like recruiting people. So I guess, and they have a lot of investments which is coming into their business. So I guess they will just keep on extending to multi-chain, and incorporate like different other chains in the future as well. Anyways, you can do a lot of things, but anyways, when you come to this website, click on this button, add to Chrome, and it will, take you to this, the Phantom Chrome extension. Just go ahead. I've already installed it, as you can see over here, and I've pinned it to the bookmark. You can pin it through here. Like if you click this, you can pin or unpin, as you see over here, the last one, So you can do that, and you can install it like that. Okay, once you do that, it's very normal. I think you have a lot of extensions in your browser as well. But anyways, coming to the installation part, just go through this simple document. It's a very simple document, nothing technical. If you're new to do, it's just plain English. If you can read English, you can easily do it. Here also they mention step by step how to do it. The one important thing here is I just want to highlight this is because as you see, you will get to the stage when they say secret recovery phrase. I've explained this part in my previous video that I showed you, which the follow-up is. But anyway, I'm just iterating so that you understand the importance of the secret recovery phrase and the password. Okay, so this is like a master password. Okay, it's a master password. You shouldn't share this with anyone. Nobody should see this. You should secure it like on a piece of paper or in a multiple locations. You should secure this, okay? Or maybe in a hard drive or a pen drive, which is offline, which is not always connected to your computer and the internet. You should store it there, okay? This one is very important. If you lose this, you lose your funds and your assets that you have in your wallet, okay? And on top of that, Phantom Wallet also allows you to go ahead and add in a password on top of that, so it's like a dual protection. But always make sure to have this. And they also have this private key, which is within the settings of the Phantom wallet. But yeah, you can just like Google like how to save my private key from Phantom. Let's see. Okay, so you can see some videos over here, but anyways, if you let's just go into like a wallet, as you see over here. Like this is one of my test wallets, and just once you install that, you can fill in some Solana. We'll get there, but you come to this settings over here, right here, and you will see like an option to export your private key. Your private key is different than your recovery phrase. Okay, so make sure to secure this the private key once you have that, and also if you have like you will have like secret recovery phrase. Okay, so the private key option will not be available when you connect your ledger to your Phantom wallet, because the ledger is the private key, and it has its own secret recovery phrase. While you set up your ledger device, ledger is nothing but like a hardware device over here. If you see, if you go ledger.com right here, so it's a hardware device. Okay, I'm just these are security things, and it's really 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 important because I cannot stress this enough. There are so many people in the past, who have took this lightly, and they have lost all their hard-earned funds. So I would just, people underestimate like I just thing that people don't take this very seriously because they think, oh, security is so boring, but this is really, really important. Focus on this. I know most of you are already doing all the best practices, but just to iterate for the people who are new, um, to this whole DeFi and crypto and all of that stuff. Anyways, you can get one of this ledger over here. Like it's pretty cool. You can connect it with your phone. They have different devices. You can check that out. Just go to ledger.com. Anyways, so now you know where to get the Phantom wallet, the Solana Phantom wallet. You know how to install it, and you know all the best practices in general. Okay. Now getting to to fill your phantom wallet. Okay, like I mentioned, this video explains you how to get Solana and all that stuff. So what I've done is I've just linked those parts, so you can go ahead and just click on this links, and as you can see, like it starts from like t equals 613 seconds, and here t equals 1418 seconds. So you can go over here. These are two simple methods how you can actually get some Solana from FTX or from MoonPay within the Phantom wallet. You can watch that, and it's pretty very, very simple. Okay, so I would highly recommend watching that as well. So once you do that, you will get some Sol in your wallet. So basically, you will need it for the transaction fee. As you see over here, you always need some. You don't need like 5 Sol, but like I mean, you can just have like 1 Sol, and that'll be like a lot enough, for a lot of transactions. Okay, so but anyways, um, let's continue. Okay, so now you have your Phantom wallet, you have your Solana in there to actually pay for the transaction fee. So yeah, but if you like, let's say if you once you created your Phantom wallet, and if you transferred some USDC over there, if you go to a DEX, like a decentralized exchange, and if you try to actually exchange that USDC for Solana, it's not going to happen because you don't have like to pay for the transaction. You don't have funds to pay for the transaction fee. You have funds in USDC, but you don't have funds in Solana. And now you'll be asking like, hey, why can't I convert that USDC into Solana? But in order to do that conversion or that transaction, you need Sol, to pay for the transaction fee. So that's why even if you have like $1 in there, that will execute the transaction. In Solana, the fees are like 0.00 something, in 4 or 5 decimals, in dollar terms. So it's very minuscule. You won't even feel it. It's like that. Anyways, yeah. So you have all the main things set up right now. Okay. Now you have your Solana for to pay for your transaction fee, and let's say you have some USDC or XYZ tokens, whatever you have. Okay, now let's say you weren't able to participate in the shadow IDO, and you want to get hold of some shadow tokens. Let's say you look at this project and you say, hey, this project, it's pretty good and I like it. It works on the infrastructure level, and they're really providing value not just to Solana but for the entire Web3 space by solving the decentralized storage solution, okay, through using the Shadow protocol. But the thing is, you also have to remember in their IDO, the last 1 hour, the Shadow RPC nodes, which is the decentralized RPC network, was handling the load of the whole IDO. So they are already doing this in practice. Okay, that means the 24 hours, was for the IDO, and the last 1 hour there was heavy load. There were like millions coming in, multi-millions actually being locked into the IDO, and the decentralized RPC network that they have in alpha stage right now was able to handle that. That means they are already executing this, from their main network that they have, like Genesis RPC. Apart from that, it's working, So I mean, and they are doing this, and they're putting their money where their mouth is, So that means this potentially looks that it's could be a success, because there are people who just put their heads down and they just execute, execute, execute. So I like those sort of teams, and you get those sort of teams in crypto once in a while. You don't get them every day. There are some people who just come in and they're like super excited, and then they drop off because for XYZ reason. But these guys, they were able to build a community organically. They were able to do everything for the Solana ecosystem until right now, since April 2021. And I think they have a very good project, not just with Genesis Go, but also with the Shadow Protocol to make everything end-to-end decentralization. But yeah, I just went on a tangent just to elaborate that. But anyways, coming to how to actually go ahead and get hold of the shadow token. Go to Jupiter. Why? I'll explain you. Okay. I left the link over here, but if you want to Google it, just copy the text over here and Google it. But anyways, coming to this thing, as you can see, it's jupiter.ag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my wallet. Okay, I'm going to connect my wallet and I'll show you some of the things if you aren't already aware. Okay, so why do I prefer Jupiter? Jupiter is because they aggregate all the dexes and all the routes, where to find you the best price. As you can see over here, 237 routes found. Okay, so it's like they're always getting you the best price. Okay, and they will always do that. Okay, so that is what one of the uh, key benefits, is for smart traders who like money. So there's slippage, less slippage, and all that good stuff. But apart from that, they just get you the best price. Anyways, so coming to like how do you actually get hold of shadow token? Now let's go into my wallet and say like what do I have, and what do I want to actually exchange it for? Let's see. All right, so basically, okay, I just want to keep the Solana. Let's say, okay, I have this Casio dollar, which is like a stable coin, which is backed by Saber, like pools, like Saber stable pools. So I just have this, okay? So let's say I want to go ahead and now okay, so I have cash dollar. If you want to find it, just type in whatever token you have. Let's say you have USDC, so type USDC. I don't have USDC, but just make sure you're selecting the native USDC. Okay, these are all like wrapped or like from wormhole and all that stuff ported from other chains, as you can see over here. But anyways, in my case, I'm gonna go with like cash because that's what I have, and I want to get hold of like shadow. Okay, SHDW. Okay, I type that and it comes. Now you must be wondering, hey, what if like you see like two different shadows over here? How can you actually verify that this is the right shadow? What you do is go to Solscan. Okay, go to Solscan like this. You will get this solscan.io, and as you see, like we are doing this everything from scratch. I just started off with like a presentation, and we are doing this along with you, just to make sure that you understand how we actually how you can actually do this in practice. Okay, hands-on experience and hands-on demo. Okay, come here, come to the site. Wait, let me go to dark mode. I need dark mode. We love dark mode. Anyways, okay, come here and type shadow. Okay, once you do this over here, you will always find the correct listing. You will see over here the token address over here. You can copy that, and you can go back to Jupiter and you can paste it like they say over here. Like as you see, search by token or paste address. So if I paste that address, that token comes. So now you're 100% sure like you're selecting the right token. Okay, now there's another way to do that as well. Go to CoinGecko, or I think Nomics also has this feature. But anyways, CoinGecko, you guys are familiar with it. Okay, so you can come here as well, and you can check this as well. Yeah, so here too, just copy this over here. Like you see, I copied over here. Come here, come to this, and you see this is a match. If you come here again, and if you paste that same thing, you will get the same token. But you get the idea. And on CoinGecko too, you have the same functionality as you see over here. Yeah, so over here, if you see this, it's the same match. Okay, I'm going to do Control F, Control V, and I'm going to go to Jupiter, and I find the same. Okay, so there you go. So now I have like cash, and like you could be having any other token, and you can just select it in that way and verify that you're selecting the right token from your address. And now let's say if I do max, like I go ahead and I get like 11 like shadow something for 23 bucks, whatever. So so right now let's say one shadow is approximately like okay, it's around like 50 it's like yeah, $2 almost. But anyways, yeah, so this one, let's just select max. Okay, let's select max. I do the conversion, I do the swap. Okay, I'm going to, yeah, so, okay, click on this. Okay, it's confirming. Just give it a second. And bam. Okay, anyways, meanwhile, okay, now you know how to go ahead and, get the shadow token from whatever token you have. Like I mentioned, I have Solana, I pay for the transaction fee, and it will be sorted out. Okay, so now you know how to exchange that through using Jupiter. Okay. Now we will get to actually the meat, okay, of like how you can actually use that shadow token and how you can actually create liquidity, how you can actually become a liquidity provider or add liquidity, or you can create a market. Okay, we'll look into three different options as of right now, but there'll be multiple options since the project just, since the token just came out like a few days ago, couple of days ago, just a couple of days ago, so there's just like three options for now, but slowly all the dexes and all the even the centralized exchange, the sexes will add the token. But anyways, in centralized exchange you don't need to create a market because they will create the market, because and that's how it's done. And in dex's case, like but I don't know whether they're going to list it on like centralized exchange, because I saw a tweet from like Genesis Girl saying that like, hey, if you there are a lot of like central exchange like approaching them for and to add like their token into their platform, but like they don't want to give liquidity to the central exchange because that's going to dilute the value of the holders. So as you see, like they always care about the community. Okay, like from at least from what I've seen, I'm not, you can do your own research, but at least from what I've seen, like I've felt that way, and I've also seen it in action. So but anyways, if they add it to central exchange, cool, that's perfect. You just have more markets. But anyways, we'll just look into these three options, and these three are like decentralized options. Let's get into it. Okay, so how can you add liquidity or create a market? And we are doing this, trust me, I'm doing this right like first time, so like yeah, just let's see what's there. Okay, I just saw it quickly the other day, but like yeah. Anyways, once you come to this website, just go ahead and connect your Phantom wallet, blah blah blah, bam bam bam, like this, bam bam bam, you know. Yeah, go to pools. So what I've seen here in Aldrin, as you can see, is like a really good, like, I mean, it's a really good platform. I use this a lot, like, to trade and all that stuff. Like, eh, yeah, there's liquidity picking up, and I mean, liquidity is good in the Solana ecosystem, I would say, right now. And yeah, when once you come to the pools, you can go ahead. Let's find out whether they have any pool right now. Okay, so they don't have a pool, but what we can do is in they give you that option where you can create a pool. Let's say you have shadow tokens, and let's say you have some other token. You can add that to a pool. Okay, how can you do that? You see this purple button over here, create a pool, and once you come here, you just go ahead and like I think here too you can most probably like select the address. And okay, so let's say shadow. Okay, here they already have it verified and added because this was their official three listings, what they had, like Aldrin, Raydium, and Orca, which we are looking at. So, anyways, they have the token itself. So, select the token, and let's say you have USDC. But in my case, like, let's say I have like Solana, I have some Solana in here as you see. So, I'm gonna just select those two pairs, and then you can just come. I'm not gonna go ahead and create that because I've already done this, with my main position, but I'm testing and I've done this. And the thing is, yeah, so once you do this, you can create a market. So that means you're creating a market for Shadow and Solana. Okay, so these are two volatile assets, so it's not like a stable pool or something like that, or a stable LP position. Yeah, there is a risk of like impermanent loss and all that stuff, but we'll get into that at a later stage. Okay, but anyways, come here. You see the options over here. Do you want to lock your initial liquidity for a set period of time? Yes or no? It's simple. And if you select yes, like for how many days do you want to log this? Okay, so let's say if you select like 365, okay, bam bam bam, and once you do that, you just click on next and just go ahead. Like there are three steps as you see over here to go ahead and set up the pool. Once you do that, you can come here and from your wallet you can just add liquidity. Okay, it's very simple. Like they will have the option like really simple option. So add liquidity in the sense like you need to add some amount of shadow and equivalent amount of like Solana. Okay, so it will, once they have that button, it will automatically detect like for let's say 1,000 shadow tokens how much of Solana you need to enter to create that pool, because you need to balance it out once you're doing the LP position. Okay, so you do that, and yeah, like I said over here, this is the same thing. So you will see something like this. So now if I go ahead and like put in okay, okay, I don't have so much, but anyways, let's say 10. Okay, now yeah, and let's say 5. Let's say 1. Okay, so yeah, you can come here and you can, this is the last step. Once you do this, this, once you enter the values of like how much shadow you want to put in and how much like, the Solana that you want to put into the pool, it will give you like a different token. It will give you a different token address because the combination of both becomes a different address in the blockchain itself. It proves that you actually provided liquidity, and later on, after 365 days or whatever days like you locked in, you will be able to redeem that token that you have, the combination, for those like, for the tokens that you submitted in the first place. But due to impermanent laws, there could be some imbalance, in both. But the thing is, more or less, if the price keeps going up, it will be good, but like, it needs to go equally like higher both, so in that respect, you will minimize your impermanent loss. Okay, but we'll see all of that. But anyways, coming to this, just go ahead and do this, all this stuff, and hit next, and you'll see something like this. You will see something like shadow and soul. Okay, and then you can just go ahead and like, click on like this. You will see this option, and then you can just come here and, for example, like in this case, like let's say if I want to create a pool, like you see over here, you see, like if I press like one Solana, it will automatically tell me like how much USDC do I need to actually go ahead and like put in. Okay, so oh no, wait. This is for swapping. Okay, this is for swapping. Okay, this is just like a market. Okay, this is just a market. But anyways, you can add liquidity and you can become a market maker. What that does is basically you will earn some trading fees while people are actually trading those two tokens. And in that market, like Shadow and Solana, or Shadow or USDC, whatever you want, you will get the trading fees. You will get some portion of the trading fees, and also you will get some. You see, like over here you'll get some reward over here, so make sure you know that, and there's also some APR based on how much incentive, like the interest you will get. Okay, so check out all these, and you can create a pool if there's a lot of like demand for that. Like I mean, the APR would be high, and if there's less demand, the APR would be low. So based on your personal preference, you can do that. Okay. That's one way of doing that. Now let's get to Raydium. Okay, Raydium, as you guys know, this is a decentralized exchange. It's like a platform, app, a DApp. Just come to this website, launch the app. Go to pools. I think these guys they already have a pool for you, and they also give you an option to create a pool like we did in Aldrin. Okay, so anyways, let's see what they have. Mm, okay. Come here. Yeah, select like the Phantom wallet. Okay, it's my computer, it's not like the website. Just hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, sometimes like yeah, your computer needs to warm up, so it's still warming up. But anyways, let's go find out. Let's go find out. Okay, anyways, you come to their pools. Same thing, it's the same concept in all the dexes. You know this by heart if you do all this decent stuff in DeFi. But if you're new to this, don't get intimidated by looking at like so many different things. Just go to the pools. You're looking for pools. You're looking to add liquidity or create a liquidity and become a market maker. Go search for Shadow, and you will see these two options. So if you have like Shadow and USDC, you can come here and you can add liquidity. And if you add liquidity, you will get like you will get 275% 0.29 approximately 1 year fees per liquidity that you provide. Okay, and in this case, there's a token for like Shadow and Solana, and you also see over here this pool has relatively low liquidity. Okay, always check the quoted price of the pool that has sufficient liquidity before trading. So I mean, this is a notification for the traders. Okay, but if you want to add liquidity to that and make the market more efficient, you can do that. Okay, so and you will get rewarded for that. So make sure you know that you will get rewarded, and you'll get the transaction fees and all the benefits from that. So in this case, let's say we saw how you can add liquidity to Shadow and Solana, but in this case, let's say like come here and let's say Shadow. Okay, yeah, it's already selected, because you have that. So now let's say if I have like 11.69 Shadow, so if I add like max, let's say you will need to add like this amount of like USDC. So you get the idea that we were talking about like when we were in the Aldrin platform. Like once you enter, like let's say you want to enter just 5 Shadow, so equivalent to 5, how much USDC you need to put. Simple as that. If you transfer like from FTX, or like if you already have USDC, you can just balance it out. And once that's done, just come here, hit this like I confirm and do not want again for the pool, and then just click on this button. Here it says enough insufficient USDC, but you will see this. But let's look at like since I have like Solana, how you can actually do that with like Solana. Just give me a second. Um, okay. Yeah, it's my computer. My fan is really running hard, But anyways, um, okay. There you go. Nothing's stopping us. We're gonna do this. But anyways, that was okay. Okay, so shadow. Okay, let's go over here. Let's say 11 shadow. If I want to add 11 shadow, I need to add like 0.14 Solana. Since I have like 5 Solana over here, as you can see, I can easily do that, and I can go ahead and like click on this, and I can just say supply. So this is the same thing what you will see on the USDC side. So I'm guessing like if you're already in the Solana ecosystem, you have some Solana. So I would go and from my perspective, I will go and I'll add like liquidity to this. I've already done this because I think this is a good option for me. Okay, it could be different for you, but that's how it is. So that's how it is in Radium. You know how you can create a liquidity pool or add liquidity to a pool already, or create a market. You know, like we have seen in Aldrin. Now let's look at like Orca. We have seen this Orca, like I've shown you like a bit of just a glimpse in the in this video how to do that in Orca. But now we're going to actually look into how you can actually do that in Orca. Okay, let's say same thing, as you see, I'm going to all these dApps or all these platforms, and you're connecting your wallet. And this is mainly for like, just to ease the new people, the people who are new and think like DeFi is wild and crazy. Yes, DeFi is wild and crazy, but I mean, you need to. It's a very similar thing. It's a similar thing in Solana, in Ethereum also. It's a similar thing, concept. The fundamentals are the same. You need to connect your wallet, add liquidity, and blah blah blah. So it's the same thing. It's just like, the network works differently. Solana, there's lots of benefits to the Solana ecosystem, as I've iterated previously. Ethereum, there's different benefits for, Polygon, different benefits. But anyways, whatever is your choice of chain. But anyways, we come here, we look, you will have the search button over there. Come here and search for shadow. Okay, once you do that, as you see, like this was, I think they wrote an article for double dip how to actually do that. Yeah, I've shown you like in the video, but now actually they have that live. Okay, so once you come here and search for shadow, let's say, okay, shadow Solana, and as you see over here, you get like APRs, like an approximate APR over here, like an estimated APR. So as you see, it's like more than 110, more than 78. So like, let's say if I want to do this, let's say 5 shadow. So if I add like 5 shadow, I have 5 shadow because I have 11 shadow, and as you see, I have like 5 Solana. I can add this easily. Okay, so my total balance would be like $19 something. Okay, and once you've done that, just go ahead and like check this box and click on deposit, and it will be deposited. Okay, and now once you want to withdraw it, you will just come here, and you will have like, they will show you like your liquidity. Okay, in your liquidity tab, it will show you like where actually you have added the liquidity. Okay, now, and let's say now you're like all confused, and you have like you provided liquidity in different places. There's a very simple option. I just wanted to show you that most people already know this who are in the Solana ecosystem. There is this called sonar.watch. Okay, it's a wallet tracker. It will track everything where you have provided like liquidity. So basically the same thing, so if you go ahead and like, let's say I'm connecting my test wallet over here, and yeah, like let's just connect over here. So you can use this tool. I really love it. They have a basic version and a pro version. Pro version costs you like around like 56 Sonar tokens, which is approximately like maybe $10 or something like that, and it's like one-time subscription. Okay, so just make sure of that. And so once you do that, you will come here and you can see like all your LP token positions, farming position, lending, borrowing position, leverage positions, and miscellaneous. And they keep adding different protocols, so adding different protocols in the sense they track all the liquidity that will be available, like, that is linked to this address. They will track that, and they are doing that. Not only that, they have NFTs and all that good stuff, so you can see all of that good stuff. You have stats and other different things. But that's I just wanted to quickly touch on that, okay, just to find out, because for me initially when I started off with Solana, like I mean there was nothing basically, and then over time, like, I was really interested with this. There are different options as well. There's symmetry also. There's like what do you call that? Step Finance, who does similar things. But I like the UI UX like of Sonar much better. I just yeah, their logo also, it's pretty good, like a sensor, You get the idea. But anyways, you know how not to get lost in DeFi. Okay, you know that. You know how to. So now let's get back to this. Okay. So now you have seen like how you can actually create a market in Aldrin, and you can add liquidity liquidity or lock liquidity for X amount of time. Or if you don't want to have, you have that option as well, not to lock your liquidity. That means you can withdraw it anytime, whenever you want. You have seen how we can go ahead and add liquidity for Shadow and USDC, Shadow Solana in Raydium. We have seen in Orca as well how you can go ahead and participate in the double dip pool. Double dip pool is nothing but dual rewards. Okay, they have Orca has their own token, a governance token called Orca, and they give you once you offer liquidity to that to Orca in double dip pools, they give you some Orca and they give you some Shadow emissions. So they give you both as like reward. Okay, so if you like Orca, and I think Orca is one of the OG dexes out there, along with Saber. So if you like Orca and if you actually want to hold their tokens and in their governance, which is going to be very interesting. So yeah, I mean, for sure, like I think this is the move, like, to add liquidity, but it's up to you, it's up to your preferences, how you want to do that. But yeah, just make sure you know what you're doing, okay? And yeah, don't get lost. And that's the whole purpose, that why we are starting from scratch and we are walking step by step in detail to understand this. But yeah, most of you already know this already, probably. But if you're like confused now, it's very clear to you how to actually do that, where to do that, how to track my wallet, and so on and so forth. Yeah, this thing I've touched on it like previously, like verify your shadow token address in Solscan. As we have seen, like we know where to go, and we know how to check the token address and the contract address to make sure. Why? Because just to be safe, because someone could list the SHDW token, but the token address or the contract address is different. This happens a lot in Ethereum. Like I've seen like a lot in the EVM chains, but because it's super easy. But in Solana, I see this. I haven't come across it. But anyways, if you want to be safe, this is your option, okay? But just to be safe, okay? You know how to do that as well. All right. Now, coming to one of the key important things and one of the important concepts that you need to actually understand. I've just touched on this in one of my videos over here. If you go to future of DeFi, if you Google future of DeFi, DOV, yeah, just click on this. You will see my video over here, which I did like a week ago, and I explained you the different versions of DeFi that we have come across, like, from lending, borrowing to like AMM, liquidity providing, and then to, protocol owned liquidity by Ohm, and like all the forks, and also like why those DeFi version 1, 2, and 3 are not like so sustainable. It's a complementary incentive mechanism that people can add into their protocols. And we have also looked into like the DOVs in detail. So make sure to go ahead and check this. Okay, search for this and you will get it. Yeah, but anyways, if you're already aware of impermanent loss, great. Okay, but for the people who don't know, you can just Google, like, go ahead and like Google impermanent loss calculator or something like that, and you will find that tool. And this is the same tool that I'm showing you right now. So let's say right now, like right now, what is the token price of Shadow? It's a $2. Okay, whatever. Don't get so specific. Just to make it simple. Okay, let's say token B. Let's say you added liquidity to Shadow and Solana, for example. Okay, in this case, Solana's price right now, let's say 150, just round it off. Okay, and what would be like, what do you think the future price is going to be? Maybe it could be low, it could be high. This is just two option, or just it could be the same. If it remains the same, let's see what happens. Okay, so as you see, if it remains the same, there's 0% impermanent loss. Okay, you will see over here. As I keep changing the value, you don't need to change this value because the initial price is right now, and you're trying to see like, hey, if the price moves up of one token, what is the situation going to be like? How much percentage is the impermanent loss going to be like? And is the APR or APY the rewards that I'm getting from like from adding liquidity to the dexes, is it profitable for me, if if this happens. So you're just like checking, so let's say, and I'm doing this I'm doing this with you with this token for the first time. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, is just to understand, it's nothing like, set in stone sort of a thing. Okay, now let's say shadow token went to like $4. Okay, so, and let's say Solana goes to like $200. Okay, so your impermanent loss will be like 2%. Okay, and you can read over here what would happen like if you actually held the token, like token A and token B. If you actually held the token, what would be the value if you held, and what would be the value if you had actually provided liquidity. So in this case, as you see, like over here, if you held the token over here, it's 1666, 1632. So it's almost the same, and that's why you have like a 2% impermanent loss. Now let's say, just like, just the let's say this one, let's move to like 300. So let's say if the prices go up to like shadow price go up to like $5, and then at the same time like Solana goes to like 300 per token, what will happen? You will see. Now this is like almost zero, negligible. It's good. So you see, it's move. If the move is like together to the upside, that means you will reduce your impermanent loss. And I will tell you this percentage, how to assess, like, yeah, through the API, as I just mentioned. But this percentage, as I mentioned, like impermanent loss 0.62, you always need to like see like how much is the APR they're giving over here. Okay, as you can see over here, it's like 78.6, more than 78.6. Okay, more or less. What is this? Uh, what is this? I think it's more. It's more. Yeah, it's more. It's more than 78.6. I'm like sometimes confused with like uh, more than sign. We are doing all this public math, but yeah, so it's greater than. Okay, yeah, it's greater than 78.6. Of course, like it's So, anyways, in this case, it's greater than like 110. But anyways, you get the idea of like seeing that. So of course, like it's logical that you could go ahead and like you could do that. Am I telling you to do that? No, it's just to understand like, hey, what's happening and how you can assess different things. Okay. And also, let's see the other way around. Now, let's say Shadow goes to like $1, and let's say Solana goes to like $100. Okay, so in this case, you will get like a 1% impermanent. Let's say Solana stays at like 125. You will get like impermanent, but you get the idea. You can play around with like different values over here, and you can estimate like, hey, what is? But yeah, don't like worry about this like so much, but this is just for you to understand there is the thing called like impermanent loss. It happens in the sense like it happens, and that's why you have like stable pools and so on and so forth. But anyways, if you think that the risk is worth it, if you see there's a high APR and like reward for it, go ahead and do it, like, I mean, and try around like with some portion of like the tokens. I'm not saying like everything, don't like if you want to do that, be my guest. Okay, but like, I mean, yeah, just try around. I've played around with all of this stuff. Yeah, I like it. That's how I calculate and I check like if how it's going to be, and that's what I'm showing it to you as well. All right, so now you know everything in the process. Okay, let's just recap. Phantom Wallet, if you're new, you know how to what is Phantom Wallet, you know how to install, how to set up, how to get Solana from FTX MoonPay, one of the two easiest methods. There are so many other methods, like if you have more than like if you are willing to transfer like more than like 10,000 here and there, FTX gives you a lot more better options. If you have crypto, I've shown you in the previous video, okay, and like how to do that in this video, how to actually do all of that good stuff. And you have also seen like how we can actually buy or exchange like shadow token. So I've exchanged, you remember, like I've exchanged my cash dollar into like shadow, and I got like 11 shadow. So you know how to do that, you know how to buy, you know how to exchange your token in Jupiter. Why Jupiter? Best exchange, gives you the best price, an aggregator of like this thing. I'm not saying the best, but it just it just consolidates all the dexes together, all the swaps and AMM and clubs together, like Serum and everything, in the Solana ecosystem. And then we have seen like three different options where you can go ahead, like add liquidity or create a market in a DEX or an AMM through Aldrin, Raydium, and Orca. And you also know how to verify your shadow token address to make sure like you're safe and sound and you know that this is correct. So you know how to do that. You also know how to calculate impermanent loss and assess impermanent loss, just to be clear. And if you are not aware, of course, like I always say, just go ahead to Mr. Big G, what we call, I call Big G, Google Big G, big gangster. But yeah, crypto, I hope they have a crypto play or like a Web3 play, otherwise they're going to be wiped out. Yeah, most probably, you know. But anyways, use Mr. Google, use your dictionary, use the book, just go ahead and read about it, read some, understand, like check out some of the articles, it's pretty good, and try to look out for like, the people, yeah, like Binance will give you good information, their academy. So yeah, look out for that and Google around, read about it, you understand more how it works. But I think if you have followed how it works, like you already know how it works. In your head, you know how it works. But if you want to get into the math and all that details, where I don't want to bore you with that right now, but you get the idea. You can do that as well. All right. So did I cover everything almost? Yeah, I did cover everything. And yeah, I mean, market is rough. We stay tough and. We persevere, we keep learning, we keep educating ourselves, we keep, in this, and we don't want to chase like the hottest thing in the market right now. We want to make sensible decisions and with probabilistic thinking, everything is like probable, like, it's like probabilistic, you can't be sure of anything, so just, keep focus, keep educating yourself, and share the knowledge with your friends, because once you share the knowledge, you will learn more because they will ask you questions. And that's how I got so many people interested in crypto. Trust me, like, I mean, like, they're like, hey, Jimmy, some of my friends, like crypto friends, hey, Jimmy, there's no point, educating them. If you know, you know. I think like that is not the right attitude, how to go about things, because like, okay, like, they're not interested, but like ask them what they're interested about, and then you explain crypto, like in that narrative, so that they understand. Like if they're an artist or if they're a musician, speak to them about like NFTs and stuff like that. And why we are doing this? Yes, we are taking the time to educate this, and like, time to educate them. Why? Because we know crypto is better than like, crypto and Web3. This technology is way much more better for the world than the systems that we already use. And if we want this adoption to be faster, we have to educate people with whatever least knowledge that we have, and I made a serious, like, I regret not actually starting YouTube and explaining people about like all of this, because I do a lot of research, and I mean, unfortunately, like, I didn't have such a lot of time. But right now I'm starting to, I want to share all this information, like 4.5 years, and of course, like, that's nothing to compare to like people who have been here like from the beginnings or since 2013. But all I'm saying is like, and just keep learning, keep learning. And you don't need, like, you need to look at different things in order to assess a better, structure, or for you, how you want to construct your portfolio. You don't have to listen to me to make your decisions. Don't do that. That's like, I would highly recommend not to do that, so just make sure to assess your own situation, how you want to actually construct it, and what is good for you, and proceed like that. Manage risk first, and then think of the return. Okay, I made mistakes, what I could, like in the early days, but unfortunately those mistakes were are like very low, very small mistakes happen. You make losses and all that stuff, but just make sure it's small, okay? And yeah, that's it. And if you like it, if you want more content like this, more of the research content, more educational content with like hands-on tutorial, as you have seen, like we started just from the presentation and we have like, we have sh shown you like how to actually do this and, how to actually go about thinking and doing your own research, which is why we are doing this, so that people can actually do it themselves and not listen to people on YouTube or on Telegram and like with like massive followers and like millions of followers and think, hey, whatever they're saying, it's right. No, man, everything is like probabilistic. Everything is, you can't be sure on anything. Yeah, I mean, just make sure you understand that and you try to filter the good information from like just the hype. Okay, so and that is the whole purpose, to make you think, of course, like some of you already do that and it's great, and share that information if you already know it. So that's the main purpose. Anyways, if you got some value from this, go ahead and smash that like, and do all the good jazz, like subscribe to the channel if you're new here, comment, and let me know what you think about this sort of research and educational content, and share it with your friends. If you don't want to do a video, just share this. That's what I used to do and I still do. When I also listen to a lot of different podcasts and stuff like that, so I share it, because it adds value. It will add value. It's not like, you don't think like, hey, if I keep this information to myself, I'm going to win. That's like, it's not a good it's not the right attitude, I would say, or like to go about things, because once you share the information, it gets like more people are aware of this. We know that more people in the world are, a lot of people in the world, they don't think about like finance and investing and all that stuff. Maybe crypto is the first time they're investing. Okay, for a lot of people, for me too, like majorly, like I did a bit of stocks, like in the initial stage, but like it's not for me, and then like, hey, crypto, like it's much more fun, it's much more interesting, tech, economy, finance, a lot of things, but you get the idea. All right, so do all the good jazz over here, and thank you for your time, and thank you for being here. I'll see you when I see you next. All right, so bye for now. Have a nice day. Bye now.